Hello, good evening. I'm Genesis Lyles, and I am going to talk about my 10-hour project that took me a little over a month to complete, only because I had an idea. My idea was to go on dates with people from different countries. I was thinking to myself, I'm going to combine two different areas of communication, which would be communication with the opposite gender and communication with people from different cultures. Now, because I'm in Provo, Utah currently, dating here is already a huge deal. The scene here is big and it's pretty competitive. But I want to meet new people with different backgrounds, different cultures, see if I can find common ground, if I'm more open minded, if I'm more empathetic, if I want to get myself involved into a new culture or want to further understand a new culture. So I decided that I wanted to combine two. And obviously, it's a college town, so it's not hard to find people from different countries. It's hard to have somebody go on a date with you from a different country because there might be some differences there on what going out means, hanging out, dating, and all those realms. So I actually went on dates on March 7th, March 16th, March 19th, March 27th, and March 30th. As I'm recording this video, it is March 31st because I was barely able to get that last date in from a different country. So, the five countries that I went on dates with people from were two from Japan, one from Canada, one from Taiwan, and one from Mexico. Many of my dates weren't native English speakers, and I was just like struck by how much they understand my patience of wanting to learn and communicate and give them a chance and a shot to one express themselves in a language that isn't their native language, and two, to understand who they are, what they are, and how to better communicate with the opposite gender in an awkward setting, mainly dating. And I know that sometimes this is out of their comfort zone. um, Through this project, I gained a lot of knowledge on how to better communicate, especially in dating contexts. I learned the importance of being a reflection of myself, which is important, while also being respectful to their culture and their background. Because it's easy to say, well, that's weird. That's not weird. That's just not my norm. It might be normal to them. One of the key things I learned from this project um, was the idea of perception, and how that affects all of our communication. I realized that our perception of others can be influenced by the setting, by the background, and it's essential to not making assumptions about people when you're communicating effectively and using active listening skills, which sometimes is hard for me, as one of my self-evaluation things was to not interrupt when I get overly excited. I think that's a part of active listening, waiting for cues to, you know, state your point, state your case, or say what you want to say. I also learned the strict rules about Taiwan and how strict they are with their Buddhist religion. I also learned that Japanese people are really into skincare. So that was pretty cool. Even the men. And it's versus American culture. A lot of men aren't really into that. They see it more like feminine. I actually had a really good conversation with the man from Mexico. But even though I'm also a Hispanic woman who's comes from a Mexican background, there was still some cultural differences there depending on what part of Mexico he's from. And something I loved about the Canadians is that they say a and a boot and sorry with a smile on their face. I would say the Canadians are very smiley people, which I enjoyed. And through this project, I wanted conversation to not seem like a burden. I wanted conversation to feel as though it's meaningful. This project was a great opportunity for me to step out of my comfort zone. I never gone on multiple dates with people from different countries, and I'm confident to say that in my future, I can see myself wanting to keep doing this. And I'm very grateful that these people gave me a chance to date them and them to date me. What I enjoyed most is learning the cues of men from different cultures. And I'm so grateful that I was able to do this project, and I want to keep going on dates with people from different countries.